For more than 3 decades now, Australian photographer Tony Mott has had the job of a lifetime, taking photos of some of the world's biggest bands. Originally a pastry chef, Mott taught himself the art of photography and through trial and error mastered his craft. A 30-year retrospective of his work is now touring the country, giving fans a rare behind-the-scenes look at life on the road. Connor Duffy reports.
I love music, all sorts of music, but going to see them live, you see the actual raw power of a great live band. So photographing it is, it's great capturing that essence.
For more than 30 years, Tony Mott has been capturing some of the greatest moments in rock and roll. But his journey to the pinnacle of his craft had humble beginnings.
I started rock and roll photography by complete accident, really, and a very happy accident. In the early 80s, I was a French chef by trade, so I was working at the Piccadilly Hotel in King's Cross, finished work about 11 o'clock. And in the early 80s, the Australian pub rock scene was fantastic. There was no shortage of bands 7 days a week.
His first published shots were of Sydney rockers, the Divinals, who have become lifelong friends.
The Divinals started their residency at the Piccadilly Hotel, and every Monday night I'd trudge down with my camera and practice the art of rock and roll photography. Luckily, no one asked to look at them because they were pretty crap. And then I developed through trial and error. And next thing I know, the manager asked to look at the photos. He bought one, and so started a great career.
Since then, he's captured some of the world's biggest bands. But it's only been in the past month that the public has been able to access his body of work.
This is my first exhibition. It's not that I've avoided them, I've just never had the time to get it together and put it together. And finally, through tally more than myself, I finally got it together and did 30 years retrospect.
Tony is definitely the photographer that all the musicians ask for when, they're wanting to do a photo shoot. And he really is seen, especially in Australia, as the king of music photography.
The exhibition will soon tour the country, complete with photographs of rock and roll royalty like Keith Richards and Mick Jagger.
I toured with Mick Jagger solo in 1988, and that started a relationship that's going on to this day, and I've toured with them 3 times, and I have no doubt they'll go back on the road in the next couple of years, because basically, what else is Keith going to do apart from play music? That's what he does.
From pop to rock to punk, there's few big names in music that Tony Mott hasn't worked with over the decades. He's toured with Paul McCartney, captured this emblematic image of Icelandic singer Björk, and this defining shot of Sex Pistols singer Johnny Rotten.
There never used to be mosh pits. Moshing came in with the grunge movement. So the Johnny Rotten photo that I'm proud of, the difference between taking that today and when it was taken was there was 10 punks on my head, and so I was fighting 10 punks while taking the photograph. So I'm proud of it, not only as the photo, but the fact that I survived punks jumping on my head.
He's also taken some of the defining photos of recent Australian rock and roll history. This early shot of Newcastle rockers Silverchair was published all around the world, and his images of Nick Cave and INXS frontman Michael Hutchence profile 2 of Australia's most influential vocalists.
There's been some great sort of standout shots. The Michael Hutchence that's behind me is just incredible. It's just so personal and beautiful, and at the scale that it is, you can really sort of see the type of person that he probably was at that particular time. The Nick Cave and Kylie Minogue is one of my favourite shots. It's so iconic. 2 really great Australian artists. They're probably my 2 picks for the show.
Spending so much time touring with bands and fans indulging in the rock and roll lifestyle does have its hazards.
I've fallen off stage twice. I've been attacked on stage by Courtney Love once, and once is enough. And the mosh pit, watch out for flying bodies coming flying over the top. They're just hazards.
They call me the wild rose.
But even so, the hunt for the next great band keeps Tony Mott in the game.
There's always a new act coming up that you want to photograph, so I'm never short of new acts, so that's why it doesn't become boring. It's always passionate and it's always good.
Was a nice day.
Close up and personal in the world of rock through the eyes of Tony Mott. Connor Duffy with that report.